What's up, guys? I'm Joe. Welcome to part 2, if you will, of my quest to collect this box over here, the Iron Maiden reissues from 1990 to 2015 on vinyl. So I did a first part to this a couple weeks ago when I got the box itself, and it came with No Prayer for the Dying and Fear the Dark. Looks like that got some views on it, which is cool, so I figured I'd do a follow-up and continue to do so as I collect these. It might take a little bit of time, and, not all of them are out yet anyway. For now, I skipped The X Factor and Virtual 11. I think they're okay albums, and I'll talk about them more when I eventually do get them. I do plan on it, but they weren't really a priority for me. So we'll get into the ones I have here. So here's Brave New World. I'm kind of cheating a little bit. This isn't the brand new reissue of it. This is the Black Friday one that came out, I think, last year. I was really excited about that. There had been no announcement of these reissues yet. So when I saw that this was going to be a Black Friday exclusive, this was one I really wanted to jump on. I'm not always into the Black Friday exclusive things. But this one, I definitely need to have. I've been wanting to have Brave New World for a while. It was either just the picture disc version or extremely pricey online, so I definitely wanted to jump on this. Here's the back here. It's got the band all back together again. This was the first studio album with Adrian Smith and Bruce Dickinson back in the band. So I was very young at the time, so I'd imagine this would be very exciting when it happened. It's got some really great tracks on here. I'm a pretty big fan of the post-2000s Maiden stuff. I like it probably just as much as their older material. But if I had to choose a favorite out of the newer albums, it'd probably be this one. Songs like The Wicker Man just gets things off to a very energetic start with a very catchy chorus in there. Ghost of the Navigator is a really cool song. A very cool progressive guitar type riff going on in the verse there, which I like a lot. Then you start to see the band going into these sort of longer epics. They've always had longer songs, but they tended to be maybe once or twice per album. Now it's a thing for them to have these very long, epic songs with kind of multiple types of parts going on, and you really start to see that happening here. Stuff like The Nomad, Dream of Mirrors, Thin Line Between Love and Hate are great songs. I really like Blood Brothers personally. I know some fans seem to be getting tired of it. I saw them recently on this tour, and I'll be seeing them again in a couple weeks. But they've been playing Blood Brothers. They played it a couple years ago when I saw them. So people might be getting tired of it, but for me, personally, I really do enjoy the song. You have the gatefold going on here with another shot of the band. Some very nice little slip things, I guess you would call it, for the records themselves. You have lyrics for all the songs here. 180 gram, black vinyl. You got the cool Eddie in the clouds there on the middle. And same thing going on with the other side, another shot of the band. You have lyrics for the songs on that side of the record. And overall, very happy with that one. It's got a really good sound to it, very clear. And probably one of my favorite Maiden records overall. Okay, up next we have Dance of Death. I have not opened this one yet because this is one of the ones I recently purchased. So let's open this bad boy up. Not the best Iron Maiden cover, that is for sure. They wanted to go with a computer animated design. Story has it, according to a very reputable source, Wikipedia. This is an unfinished version of the album cover. Whoever the artist was doing it up, showed the band this prototype, I guess, and they liked this one more, and they just decided to stick with it, much to the artist's dismay. And much to a lot of fans' dismay. It's not a great looking cover. I don't hate it. But it certainly has an unfinished kind of look to it, with the very dated-looking 3D designs going on here. The back is definitely a lot better looking. A nice little shot of the band there. You have the gatefold again as well with this. Another double album. There's some quite long tracks on this one. Let's check out those sleeves. That's the word I was looking for before. I guess just black sleeves here, not quite as done as the Brave New World one. And you got some nice 180 gram vinyl here. There's the everyone's favorite cover again. Let's check out the other side. Again, more black. Yeah, and some more artwork on the middle there. There it is. To me, another really solid album, and another one of the reasons I was super excited when these reissues were announced. As you could tell, I think they're okay as a band overall. Yeah, as far as songs go on this one, I may have said that Brave New World as an album is probably my favorite out of the post-2000s stuff, but as far as songs go, I would say Passchendaele is my favorite track post-2000s Maiden. Just super epic. Very emotional performance from Bruce Dickinson on vocals, awesome riffs, it's got a heavy vibe to it, great drumming, all around, very great song. You have some awesome stuff on here as well, like the title track, Dance of Death. That's a fun one live. I got to see them do that a couple years ago, I guess. Actually, it was like 7 years ago. Ugh. But yeah, that's a great song. I always liked Journeyman, too. Personally, I like the live Death on the Road version more. It's like the Journeyman acoustic electric version. You have a really nice solo from Adrian Smith in there. But the version on here is cool, too. It's interesting to hear Maiden changing it up this far into their career with an acoustic track. They hadn't really had a track like that before, and I think it goes over really well. Some okay songs on here. They're not all perfect, but definitely a really great album. I do enjoy this one quite a lot. Alright, another freshly wrapped one here. We have A Matter of Life and Death. Let's open it up. Another really fantastic album for me. I guess I would say if I was ranking them all, the newer post-2000s Maiden, I'd probably have this one at a close number 2. A very cool war theme going on with the cover. I'll go back to that real quick. Eddie's like on the tank, and you have all these skulls and people just marching into the death of war, and that's what a lot of this album focuses on as far as lyrical content. The tides of war, and different kind of themes on religion and things like that. It's definitely a very thematic album. Not like a concept album, but it does have a theme that kind of brings it all together. You have this cool Eddie with the guns like a skull and crossbones type thing. Again, you have the gatefold, you have all the lyrics in here. Look at the sleeves. Oh, here we go, okay. This is nice. You have all these nice pictures of the band on the record sleeves here. I don't know why they went with all black for Dance of Death. It's kind of strange. And yeah, here we go. A nice shot of the album cover there. That shot of the band in the middle. And yeah, some more shots from in the studio, which is really nice there. What's cool is I guess the theme of having like the in-studio photos going on here. If I'm not mistaken, they did record this album mostly live in the studio. They wanted to go for a very raw sound. I know at most, even as far as vocals, things were done in maybe a couple takes. And, Bruce's performance on this is incredible, really amazing. Some highlights for me, the reincarnation of Benjamin Brieg is always a standout for me because this was the new album, around 2006 time. When I really started getting into Iron Maiden, I had picked up a Greatest Hits offline. It was Edward the Great, which is a pretty solid one, but just like a small taste of their discography. And then, just going onto YouTube and searching Iron Maiden, the first thing that came up was Reincarnation of Benjamin Brieg, because that was the new single at the time. And I just thought it was so awesome, so cool. I'd say that song played a big role in getting me into the band as well as this album, because as soon as I heard the song, I picked up the CD. And, since then, it's been, 10 or 11 years that, it's been on vinyl, but I think it's either a picture disc or if it was black vinyl or whatever, it was quite pricey. So I haven't been able to grab a hold of it till now, and I'm pretty happy about that. Some great songs on here. Brighter Than a Thousand Suns is a standout. The Longest Day is a standout. As well as Ben Brieg and The Legacy, For the Greater Good of God. I mean, just all very solid songs on here, and really nice performance from the band overall. And finally, I just figured I'd show my Book of Souls vinyl. This is not part of the reissue campaign, but there is room in the box for it. This is a long album, the newest one. So, it comes on 3 records, but overall was affordable. It didn't reflect the fact that it's 3 records. Very cool artwork on the inside going on here. A very expansive gatefold to accommodate all three records. And you have lyrics on all the sleeves, and sort of following along in the Mayan kind of theme to the look of the album. That also goes for the look of the stage show, for the recent tour. They've been playing a lot of songs off this, about half of it really. So I could see how, if you're a new fan going and you want to hear Run to the Hills and stuff like that, I can understand how that could be disappointing. The first time I saw them was on the Somewhere Back in Time tour, so that was just like a greatest hits fest. For me, as a brand new fan, for the most part, only a few years at that point, that was like the perfect set. But then by the time I saw them again, on the beginning of the Final Frontier tour, before the Final Frontier actually came out, they were doing all this post-2000 stuff. And by then I had caught up to those records, so it was really great to hear. So, and then as someone that just listens to them all the time, the whole discography, I was excited to hear these songs on here. Especially the title track, The Book of Souls. The live version is just crazy. It's so good. They've made it like the pinnacle of this show. That's when the Big Eddie comes out and walks around, that kind of stuff. And, that song really highlights for me the way I would kind of consider this album amongst the rest of their discography. Like, you have the early stuff, you have the break where Bruce was gone, and then you have the post-2000 stuff. For me, this is the ultimate culmination of both those eras. You have the kind of long, winding epics that they've become accustomed to, but then, they're just integrated with stuff that reminds you of their old sound, especially Book of Souls. That middle section, it reminds me of Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner or Lost for Words from Power Slave. Death or Glory is another one that just sounds like, it reminds me of Running Free or some old style Maiden. And the same could be said for The Red and the Black and quite a few other songs on here. So, for me, a very good album. I like it a lot. I've listened to it quite a lot. I'm going to see them again, and I'm going to see them perform a bunch of stuff from here again. I'm hoping for a live album. But again, just for me, the perfect mix of, everything they've been doing throughout their career. So yeah, that's it for today. That's what I got so far. Some more coming out in July. I still would like to pick up the Rock in Rio record. I held off on that for a little bit because I really wanted the studio albums. If you like this video, let me know if you want to see more, if you want me to keep doing these as I collect more. Also, that box back there, the first 8 studio albums, that's all full. So if you'd like me to do a video on that, I definitely will. I'm always looking for an excuse to talk about our Maiden albums, so I would definitely be willing to go through those, talk about my favorite tracks, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.